I'm exhausted. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another stream. I'm sorry I'm late. I was playing basketball, and my feet are killing me. But I played good defense, and that is all that matters. How's everyone doing? Let's go to the chat. I'm a little annoyed. My camera's not as low as I'd like it to be. But that's fine. I'm finally on one of his streams. I remember during his Palpatine one, I chose to go to the Gray Jedi stream instead. I'm glad you tuned into my stream now. Yo, Goldman, what's up? I'm tired, but I'm looking forward to doing this read-through. How are you doing? A little tired. I just played basketball for a few hours, and man, I'm exhausted. Also, I'm not the most in-shape person, but I played fairly well. Do you think that the script that was written for Duel of Fates would have made a better movie than The Rise of Skywalker? That's the big question, isn't it? That is the big question. So today, we are reading Duel of the Fates. Sup, Goldman? Hello there. Support the Porg army. Porgs are cute. I am so excited for this. Me too. Actually, you know what I should do? I've recently cleaned out a bunch of files off my computer. So let's make sure I still have the Duel of the Fates PDF still. If I don't, that would be embarrassing. Duel of the Fates script. Oh, here's a PDF. Is this it? Is this it? No, this is not it. That is unfortunate. Ugh, I have to find the script now online. That's an L. No chance. Cameron Moneypenny says easy money L. That's the meme, isn't it? How's your week been? My week's been good. Making videos, all that. My brother's home, so I'm spending some time with him. Getting ready, packing some things as I'm moving away soon. Yes, also make sure you destroy that like button if you haven't already. Okay, now, this was poor planning on my part, but I need to find the Duel of Fates script. Duel of the Fates script PDF. Reddit. I trust Reddit. Reddit is very reliable. I have the link for the comic I can send in the chat. I'm going to read the script, not the comic. Is this what I want? I think it is. All right. So, just a brief overview. Do I know what happens in Duel of the Fates? For the most part, yes. Have I ever read the script? No. And I think it's about the execution. I don't entirely know which I would like better. Duel of the Fates or The Rise of Skywalker. Granted, you can never know for sure because Duel of Fates is not a movie. Oh, crap. I don't have a water down here. Oh! Should I bail on you guys for a minute to get a water bottle? Probably not. Okay, here we go. Got the Duel of the Fates script up. I almost forgot about the stream. Good thing I remembered. Good thing. I find Duel of Fates scripts as something with some interesting ideas, but when thinking about it, they aren't fleshed out as I think they are. That is something that's important to mention, is that supposedly this was a rough draft, or this was the first draft of Duel of the Fates. So any first drafts are inherently going to suck for the most part. So cut Colin Trevorrow some slack there. But I guess it's really the concepts. So things, say Colin Trevorrow never got fired, then we never know what really going to happen. He's gonna. Oh yeah, you guys are saying I'm getting alcohol. I told you guys I am going the whole month of June without any alcohol. I've consumed. The month of May was abysmal for me. Last month in college, so yes, I did consume my fair share of alcohol, but not June. I haven't had a single drop of alcohol in June. Go ahead and get some water, bro. It's gonna be a long read. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, as you can tell. I think in the title I said part 1. Yes, part 1. I doubt I will read through the whole thing. I mean, it's a movie script, so it's gonna take me a while. What am I trying to do? Oh, I should probably clean this. I'm going to save out of something first, just because it makes my computer run better. Goldman is saving the alcohol for the underage kids. Exactly. My biggest issue with his script, conceptual-wise, was his take on what Balance of the Force is and how Kylo's character ends. But the Kylo thing is more personal. That's fair. That's fair. All right, guys. Looks like you will understand if I leave for a hot sec to get some water. So I'm going to do that. I have the script up. Once I get back, I'll share my screen and we will get started, right? Okay, so I apologize. In the meantime, what you can do is I will show you guys the thumbnail for my video that is coming out tomorrow. I think this is it. Icons. Here we go. Okay, are you guys ready? Here we go. This is the thumbnail for my next video. It says Exegol. Basically, the video is called Why Didn't Anakin Tell Luke About Exegol? Because Vader went to Exegol in a comic recently. So yes, look at the thumbnail. I'll be back. Going to get some water. Ow. Oh, damn it. Hello there. Got some Trader Joe's water. Ugh, that walk upstairs was exhausting. What'd I miss in the chat? This is where the fun begins. People talk about how creepy Rey and Ben is because of the age gap, but Poe and Rey have an even larger age gap, and that's what we would have gone to Duel of the Fates. That's a good point. Then again, we have to deal with J.J. Abrams' Reylo, which is terrible. Interesting take. All right, guys, I am gonna set up my screen sharing window capture. Where's preview? Oh, this could work. All right. Are you ready? Zoop. All right, how should I format this? Is this good? Should I zoom in more? That should be fun. All right. Okay. See me? I'm over here. Here we go. Goldman and Claude. Oh, where's Claude? Oh, you can't. Can you see him? You can't. Don't worry, Claude's still here. He's just slightly off camera. And as you've noticed, I haven't fixed these action figures yet. All right, let's do this. Star Wars Episode 9 by Derek Connolly and Colin Trevorrow, based on characters created by George Lucas. December 16th, 2016. It's actually the day Rogue One came out, fun fact. I'll try to not shake my desk as much as possible. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Bum da dum da 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 da. The iron grip of the First Order has spread to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Only a few scattered planets remain unoccupied. Traitorous acts are punishable by death. Determined to suffocate a growing unrest, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has silenced all communication between neighboring systems. Led by General Leia Organa, the Resistance has planned a secret mission to prevent their annihilation and forge a path to freedom. I'll say that. The opening crawl is significantly better. I don't know, the Rise of Skywalker crawl is kind of poo-poo. The dead speak, I don't know. That was always weird to me. Granted, Star Wars is cheesy, so maybe I'm too harsh. Let's continue. Exterior space. A rich tapestry of stars reaching beyond all we know. Two sharp points of a space station enclose the sides of the frame as we drift backwards into the glowing rectangular entrance of a docking bay. You know what actually be really nice is if someone had like the Duel of the Fates script and then next to it they had some of the concept art and like what each piece of concept art would match to a like what piece of concept art would match to the script. I love the Dead Speak. The Dead Speak is so epic. I kept it in my episode 9 opening crawl for my sequel trilogy rewrite. I don't know, I think it's a little cheesy, but I'm glad you guys like it. Interior Kuwait orbital ring docking bay. That's actually one thing off the bat that I kind of like a little better, is that in this version, they dig a lot more into the established canon. Like, I know they go to Coruscant, they do things with Mortis. With the Rise of Skywalker, I mean, what? They mentioned the unknown regions. That's really it. So I already like that a little more about Duel of the Fates. A First Order transport touches down. A wide platform descends, revealing a variety of droids. A graphite BB unit carefully splits off from the group. Okay, so it's like, I'm picturing it like the BB-8's wandering off. Interior Kuwait orbital ring corridor. Day. The graphite BB unit swerves to avoid a brutish labor droid, scraping BB's spherical side against the wall. His head tilts down, checking a scuff in his paint, revealing orange beneath. It's BB-8, deep undercover. Figured. I know, I kind of like that. I think, and I know the beginning of this movie, it's like their crew goes on like a secret mission. I kind of like that. Yay, Kuwait. Also, it's Kuwat. It's Kuwat. Kuwait, Kuwat, whatever. He lets out a familiar uh-oh and rotates the orange scuff beneath his head. Makes sense? Interior surveillance den Kuwait, Kuwat, Moonday. A comm device, I have to make sure I have what I have here. Okay. A comm device blinks in a cramped room stacked with recycled Imperial gear. Rose Tico, adventure-worn and battle-ready, grabs it with gloved hands. BB-8, you in? BB-8 beeps affirmative. Rose looks up through the broken roof at the orbital ring in the sky above. Star Destroyers protrude from it like spikes on a punk bracelet. Interesting. I need eyes on the checkpoint. I like the mystery behind it. You know, like they're clearly doing something, we don't know what. I don't know. With the Rise of Skywalker opening, I like the Mustafar thing that lasts like 20 seconds. And then, I mean, the beginning of the Rise of Skywalker for me is easily the worst part. I think the pacing is abysmal. So like, I already kind of like the pacing here. Rose is actually so amazing in this script. Loved what Colin did with her. Yeah. Well, I don't know yet. We'll see. Interior Kuwait orbital ring day. BB-8 plugs into a SCOM terminal, anxious, tense. Out the window, the glowing Kuwait moon, sun cresting its horizon. A hollow monitor grid lights up, blurred and scrambled. Rose straps electro goggles over her cracked leather flight helmet. Attaboy. Oh, so BB-8's a boy. Rose's POV, the images unscramble, revealing a security checkpoint. The HUD zooms on an approaching dropship. Here they come. The dropship touches down in a canyon of white and blue sedimentary rock, kicking up a storm of silver sand. Stormtroopers shield their eyes as the craft spits out a new batch of migrant workers from all corners of the galaxy. Aliens, humans, submitting to the First Order in exchange for safety and a scrap of food. Stormtroopers funnel the migrants towards a weapons detector. We notice Finn disguised in rags among them, so everyone's undercover. It's kind of like the Return of the Jedi opening, you know? The Goldman, I will say the Rose stuff is way better than the Rise of Skywalker. Granted, that wouldn't be hard to do, but still, it's actually really good. That's what I heard. Rose was actually I read that. Even though I don't like Rose that much, I wish she got a bigger role in the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, in the Rise of Skywalker, I mean, they shouldn't have had Janna, and Zori Bliss. Those were unnecessary characters. IMO. Also, BB-8 is kind of irrelevant in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. He doesn't really do anything. We notice Finn disguised in rags among them. Checkpoint. Keep your head down. A robed human nods, face hidden under dusty headwear. A bottleneck quickly forms. The ragged aliens bark at each other in a dozen languages. A beast like Drovian shoves Finn. Whoa, hey, no trouble here. The Drovian grabs Finn's neck with a single hand and lifts him up, teeth bared. Trouble, oh, what he's saying to the comm? Trouble, a robed human steps between them. Poe Dameron. Easy, pal. Poe pulls a dried three-eye pecto fish from a leather pouch beneath his robe. Here, I couldn't finish it. The Drovian eyes the fish, drops Finn, eats. We notice Poe's hand on a concealed blaster beneath his robe. Finn regains his footing, clenching his neck. Thanks. Poe shoots him a tense look, then moves towards the scanner. How will we know if BB-8 hacked the mainframe? The weapons scanner alarms. Stormtroopers pull a Manji Gotol out of the group. He pleads, pointing desperately to his metallic horns. Blaster fire. We'll know. Okay, so they're still undercover. I just had a big dinner, so I'm kind of full right now. Oh yes, Paul Dameron, make sure you destroy the like button. Thank you. The weapons scanner alarms. Stormtroopers pull... Oh, I already read that. We'll know. Poe and Finn step into the weapons scanner. Just as they enter, the machine shudders and clicks off. We lost power. Hold the line. I wonder if anyone would recognize Finn. Probably not. Stormtroopers step in front of the scanner. Blaster smoking. Finn and Poe eye each other. Tense. Right now I have the hiccups. Quit Moon security checkpoint. Day. The Stormtrooper smacks the console. It powers up again with our armed infiltrators standing inside it. No alarm. Go on. Get moving. Our guys exhale. Still alive. We don't know where Rey is. I'm assuming that's screwed. Maybe Chewbacca's part of this? Poe and Finn pass through the border wall to reveal a vast migrant settlement. Modular housing painted with colorful symbols from each worker's homeworld. A vibrant melting pot. The orbital ring looms above, connected to the planet's surface by a massive power shaft plunged directly into the core. It glows blue with the ship fueling energy mined here. I think I know the picture, the concept art picture I know off my head, top of my head. Instead of Poe and Rey, they should have had Finn and Rey, or neither. Maybe. Nearby, a suspicious Tusken. Oh, I missed him. Poe locks eyes with Biskova, a furry alien watching from a machine top. Bis taps his cheek. That's our guy. Okay, so they got a spy. Nearby, a suspicious Tusken face-wrapped. The Tusken eyes Finn and Poe as they follow Biskova inside a hut. I'm pretty sure that's Rey. I remember hearing about that. A blue-cheeked, hairless alien baby bounces in a hanging sea cow stomach, while Bliss's partner, Dalkova, brushes unappetizing roast with melted fat. It's weird. Rose emerges from behind a bedded curtain in the back. You said 2 days. I've been here 2 weeks. This place doesn't seem so bad. Good people, terrible food. Rose rolls a canvas map onto the table. This is our access point. She drops a hollow chip. It projects the orbital ring and the power shaft plunging from it into the moon's core. This power shaft delivers raw ore to the orbital ring. A detonation directly into the energy stream here will cause a chain reaction. Chain reaction. This is a phenomenal opening. I actually like this opening. I think it's a lot more Star Wars-y and a lot more unique. And also, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the training scene. It seemed like they made a training scene in The Rise of Skywalker just because people kept on complaining about training. So, I don't know. She drops a hollow chip. It projects the orbital ring and power shaft plunging from it in the moon's core. Oh, I already read this. I'm really bad. I reread things. And take the whole thing down. Finn looks up the broken roof at the orbital ring above. A dozen Star Destroyers fueling up, along with their new fleet. How do we know they haven't detected BB-8's signature? The alien baby starts to cry. Rose picks up a rattle and shakes it. There's a lot we don't know. That's why I voted for the other plan. This is when we second guess the plan. Right now, Rose sticks a finger into the alien baby's mouth. We can take out the enemy's fuel source and be light years away before they know what hit them. But we have to move now. Finn and Poe regard this odd moment. Rose really has been down here a while. Okay, let's blow this thing and go home. Hey, that's what Han said, right? Okay, let's blow this thing and go home. Yeah, that's what Han said in The Empire Strikes Back, or in New Hope. I mean, Poe, Finn, and Rose move past migrant workers towards the massive power shaft base extending to the sky. The Tusken follows them in the deep background. BB-8, don't worry, I'm alive. Unlock the power shaft doors and get ready with that shuttle. BB-8 detects his SCOM link and speeds down the corridor. A trio of space gray mech troopers guard the door. Whack. Poe makes a short work of the first mech trooper, knocking him unconscious. Finn and Rose quietly take down the other two with electric shock prods. Poe unlatches a device from the mech trooper's belt, throws it to Finn. He scans it on the wall. A massive cylinder of particle energy rushing upwards. Finn, Poe, and Rose approach it, gaze up, dwarfed. We'll have 20 seconds before detonation, give or take. Give or take how long? Poe hands out 3 flying thermal detonators. Nice and easy, just like pitching palmetto stick. We didn't have that. Poe activates his charge. Oh, we're going now. Poe underhand tosses a charge into the stream where it rockets upwards into the particle flow. Rose throws hers. Finn chucks his like a live grenade and runs. BB-8 bombs our way. We'll meet you at the relay point. I know. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the mystery behind it. They're on a mission. I'm getting big Return of the Jedi vibes. And I don't know. It's this. They're on a mission. You know, Return of the Jedi. They were just trying to save Han. I don't know. I kind of like it. BB-8 rolls into the droid slot of a tiny maintenance shuttle, old and forgotten. The ship powers up. Our heroes exit through the maintenance door to find themselves face to face with a platoon of stormtroopers and mech troopers. Drop your weapons. Migrant workers crane their necks from the village. The masked Tusken lurks among them. Poe eyes the orbital ring, anticipating the explosion. Distraction in 3, 2, 1, now. Poe dives, rolls, head covered, but nothing happens. I feel like Oscar Isaac's acting would make that pretty funny. Interior Kuwait, a First Order officer rushes to alert Steely Admiral Vaughn. Screen graphics show a contained blast in the power shaft. Blast shields have contained the explosion. Admiral, all systems stable. Wah, wah, wah. Mission failed. Actually like that. Vaughn looks down at the glowing Kuwait moon below, scoffs. Their outdated tactics are pitiful. Rose and Finn look up the orbital ring, fully intact. Any second now. Suddenly a high-pitched wail spins around them. A hooded Tusken steps forward, blades of blue light flash from its gloved hands. It's holding a dual lightsaber. I always would have liked that. I thought it made so much sense that Rey had a double-bladed lightsaber. So that I already prefer conceptually. The Tusken takes down everything in its path, lithe and deadly with a blade. Finn, Rose, and Poe duck and fire away until they are surrounded by bodies, blasters smoking. The Tusken mask hits the ground. It's Rey. Not the girl we last saw. A grown woman, powerful, strong. We actually don't know how much time has really passed, right? I thought the 1 year time gap between The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi was lame. I really didn't like how Rey wears what Luke wore in The Return of the Jedi. It just seems lazy and doesn't set Rey aside as her own. That's fair, because she wore a black outfit. I like her Rise of Skywalker outfit. I like this outfit. It seemed nice. I don't know. I'm not a big outfit person. Which part are we at right now? I just got on. We're at the beginning. Rey, the crew is infiltrating the Kuwait base, and they're trying to blow up the thing. Let's continue. Not the last girl we saw. A grown woman, powerful, strong. What are you doing here? Rey spins and blocks a laser blast we didn't see coming. Her robes fall from her shoulders, revealing a battle-ready outfit of all black. A simple thank you would do. She throws the double blade like boomerang, ducks behind a power regulator as the spinning saber cuts all in its path, and then rises in time to catch it. This is a new weapon of her own design, made from the pieces of Anakin's broken lightsaber and her own staff. She wields it with grace. Poe ducks behind a generator, yells through lasers at Rey. You shouldn't have come here. You'd rather be killed? If it means you're safe, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's something more behind those words. Now's not the time. Definitely not the time. I'm not a fan of their romance. I think it's silly that you have two characters that shared one conversation in the first 2 movies, and then they're having a romance between them. I don't like that at all. So that's the first thing I don't like. But I already knew I wouldn't like that. Or maybe it's done well. I don't know. Especially the age gap. Although, does anyone know And there's a delay, so it's gonna take a while. Does anyone know the time gap between Return of the Jedi and Duel of the Fates? If anyone knows, that'd be great to know. Because I have no clue. Could it be a year, 5 years, 10 years? Nope, no one knows. Wah, wah, wah. She force pushes a pack of 8, sending them McLattering. Also, the Mary Sue complaints in this movie would be insane. Although maybe if more time passed, people would be more forgiving. But I don't know. People would find a way to complain. Why do Ray and Poe have romance in this? No clue. I think this is also 1 year. 1 year? That's so lame. I believe it's no less than 5 years between 8 and Duel of Fates. That I would prefer. Because if there was a larger gap between 8 and 9, if 9 was this, then I feel like you could do a lot of cool stuff with the canon between. I guess not. The migrant workers point to Rey in awe, whispering, reverent. The children cheer, speaking a word they all know. Jedi, Jedi. I'd like that. I remember I've heard that before that this happens. And I don't know, I really like that. Just people like, wow, it's a Jedi. I don't know. Shows appreciation for Rey, I guess. A 5-year gap between episode 8 and 9 would be perfect. Jeez, I don't know. I felt something like congested my nose. Yeah, I think 5 years would have been good. Enough to establish a war. More stormtroopers flood into the square. But the migrants block their path to protect Rey. Some throw rocks, others swing with hammers and tools. It's inspiring, a promise of revolution. See, that I really like. Just the fact that Rey's like inspiring hope. I mean, how often do we see like a Jedi and people are like, wow, it's a Jedi? We get that in the Clone Wars, but not in the movies. So yeah, I really like that. Rey, we gotta go. Rey hesitates, wanting to fight alongside these people. I have to help them. Poe eyes more troop transports and incoming TIE fighters. Not here, not now. Ugh, I feel bloated. Rey knows he's right, but it kills her inside. She reluctantly follows her friends through the blast door. Finn moves to follow them, but his ankle is grabbed by a fallen stormtrooper, helmet blasted open. They lock eyes. Recognition, a memory from long ago. Finn pulls free and continues on, but he's shaken. See, and then this goes on to Finn's arc. Conceptually, I've always liked Finn's arc in this. I like this opening. Don't like Rey and Poe, but we'll see how it continues on with especially with Rey's and Kylo's story, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing with Rey and Kylo. I also know Palpatine, so that's a big plus. An officer races to Admiral Vaughn. I don't know why that name Vaughn's kind of cool. What happened here? The Last Jedi is with them, sir. I always love my Last Jedi references. Vaughn's confidence turns to fear. Alert the Knights of Ren. Bum bum bum. Rey, Poe, Finn, and Rose race towards a maintenance turbo lift that runs the length of the power shaft to the ring above. BB-8, we're coming up to you. Plan's gone sideways. BB-8 has already left the orbital ring in the shuttle, on his way down to the rendezvous point on the planet's surface. Per their plan, he beeps incredulously. Poe looks up the ring above. We're gonna need another ship. His eyes settle on the Eclipse, a colossal Star Destroyer docked just above them, an ivory pirate ship in his space. You're not serious. That's an Eclipse-class dreadnought. You can't fly. I can fly anything. So is it the Eclipse, or is it a version of the Eclipse? I don't know. Joel Davis says, I kind of dislike the fact that there is no Palpatine. I feel like you're going to end this Skywalker saga, then Palpatine is going to need to play a big role. Hence why I prefer the Rise of Skywalker. I don't see it that way, but I respect it. How do they not know that Poe is an excellent pilot? Yeah, but can Poe fly an Eclipse? I think it's just a version of the Eclipse. That's weird. I like it, but the Eclipse is huge, dude. That's a super Star Destroyer. Massive. God, I feel like I need to throw up. We're in. The door slides shut, cutting off the sound. Clench everything. The turbolift capsule rockets up into the tube, traveling from the planet's surface to the orbital ring in seconds. The turbolift door opens and finds the stern of the Eclipse dreadnought right in front of them, miles wide. Thick fuel lines attached to the propulsion engines, glide rudders. Shuttle supplies the ship. Are you sure about this? Nope. We had better odds on Raxus Prime. That was not my fault. You need to let Raxus Prime glow. I like things like that, because then eventually they can do a book or comic on what happened on Raxus Prime. Stuff like that I like. Star Destroyers, Super Star Destroyers are 19 kilometers long. Eclipse is like 35. Good lord, that's huge, dude. That's huge. Also, yeah, I feel like if you were to pilot a Super Star Destroyer, you would need a lot of people to actually pilot it. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about the logistics. I think it's kind of cool, but I think it should have just been like a regular Star Destroyer. An Eclipse is a little OP. They hop onto a glide rover and speed off. Admiral Vaughn watches the glide rover race towards the Eclipse. Where are they going? The glide rover disappears inside the dock to destroy her. Admiral Vaughn cracks slightly as their plan draws on him. They can't possibly. I feel like this guy's British. They can't possibly. Admiral Vaughn leans over a first order tech. How many men on that ship? Just the bridge crew, sir. The rest are on dock leave. A massive navigational bridge tense. Oh, and then we slip. See, that's another thing. I feel like there would always be people on there. Like, the whole ship wouldn't just be empty, especially except for, like, the bridge. I mean, those things are huge. That's like a city. That's a city. Whatever. I don't know. Little things like this are what I think of. A massive navigational bridge dense with first-order crew. A laser blast spins them around. Ray cocks her heavy weapon. Finn seals the door. Who's in charge here? Deck officer. I am. Great, I'm your new pilot. Where does the pilot sit? Ray loses patience, waves her palm towards the officer. You will set a course for the Neuron system. Set a course for the Neuron system. I'll say that. The crewmen turn and take their positions at the console, mind-tricked en masse. Okay, so Poe's not piloting it by himself. Ray's mind-tricking them into piloting it. That makes more sense. I'll give it that. It makes more sense. This is fun opening. It gives me Return of the Jedi vibes, except it's more necessary. It gives me... I like this opening for the most part. My complaints about the Eclipse are a little retracted now. I still feel like there would be a lot more people on the ship, but at least Ray's mind-tricking a bunch of people. Oh my god. This is how much rent a lot of Star Wars fans have in my head. People would be freaking out about this, and I would love it. I love my all-powerful Ray. I don't care. Cold start the engines. We can jump right to hyperspace if we overheat the laser cannon drive. The exhaust port will spill over into the propulsion systems. We can freeze the chamber. Poe looks to Ray as they flip switches, a gleam in his eyes. You don't see, you and I, how we, not the time. Finn sits at a massive control board with 100 buttons. Okay, I'm gonna need very specific instructions. Rose goes to work at the nav console. Shields up, setting calculations. Let's go. Don't rush me. I mess this up and we fly right into the sun. Yeah. Finn taps a screen in front of him. The ship's exterior lights click on. I found the lights. I turned on the lights. One of the crewmen snaps out of his mind trick. Eyes Finn. Who are you? Whack. Finn knocks him out cold. Let's get somewhere else. Let's get somewhere else fast. Working on it. Poe eases his hands into a steering rig. Who uses an inverted control yoke? It's true. It's fun. Still don't like Ray Poe, but still fun. Not a big fan of the fact it's an Eclipse. I think a regular Star Destroyer would have been fun. I love how this chat is dissing Ray Poe, because Ray Poe is just so weird. I'm not sure there's anyone that really likes that. I find Ray use of the mind trick kind of creepy for our main hero. I don't know, a little bit of a darker Ray. I don't mind that. I think someone like Ray would always be a little more darker than someone like Luke, for example. So far, I prefer this almost entirely to The Rise of Skywalker in terms of the beginning. Minus Finn Poe. Not a big fan of it being an Eclipse, but I like conceptually of them like stealing a Star Destroyer. Everything else is I like so far. We don't know where the Knights of Ren are, right? Because the Admiral Vaughn requested the Knights of Ren. The Eclipse roughly disengages, and scrapes its way out. Fuel conduits unhinge and spit blue energy, slicing through the dock's infrastructure. The ship's exterior lights blink on and off in patch grids. Heavy cannons fire on the Eclipse shields. The Eclipse is going to be huge. There's no way they're getting through that. Poe leans back. The craft ship dips down. The black empty part is where we should be pointed. I'm trying. Everything's backwards. That's funny. I kind of like a lot of that. Finn looks out the window and at the planet rising. I'm hearing weird noises on a window. Weird. The empty part is where we should be pointed. I'm trying. Everything's backwards. Finn looks out the window at the planet rising into view as they tilt further down. I can fly anything. Oh, but Finn's mocking. I can fly anything. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. Okay, we're rolling. Do we have the droid? BB-8's maintenance craft is hit. Burning engineless 50 feet from the dock. He'll never make it. BB-8 now. BB-8 has to act. He ejects himself from the droid socket, floats 50 feet through cold empty space, passes through the oxygen shield, and lands inside the hangar with a clank. There's no way they'd be able to see that. The ship is so huge. Even if it's like halfway through down the ship, that's like, according to this one guy, that's like 18 kilometers. But I guess they can scan. We got him. Rose console flashes. Go for light speed. Good for light speed. Ray leans past Poe and shoves hyperdrive hell forward. Bars of light stretch out before them. The eclipse blurs and vanishes. Silence. We tilt up. Stars raining down. Womb. A jagged, sinister ship appears from hyperspace. Knife 9. Shaped like an arrowhead with adjustable wings. We follow it back towards the orbital ring. I guess that's the end of the opening scene. How many pages is that? 15? 14? I like that opening scene a lot. I think the Pisana stuff in The Rise of Skywalker, and everything on Pisana is kind of weak. I mean, there's that one conversation between Rey and Kylo. Rey shooting lightning I thought was decent. Besides that, I thought the Pisana stuff in The Rise of Skywalker was very weak. The speeder chase in The Rise of on Pisana was forgettable. Wow, you guys like Pisana? I thought Pisana was easily the worst part of the movie. I'm not a fan of Pisana. I like the opening scene except for Rampo. I'm with you, Skywalker Kitty. I'm with you. As of right now, I prefer this over the Pisana stuff. I like Pisana, LOL. I really like the party, village scene. Second act of Rise of Skywalker was worse. I don't know. I love the puppets and stuff. Kuwait is. I would give the edge to Duel of the Fates here, in terms of the opening. Granted, I mean, how long is the script? If you could tell on the side here, on the like the bar on the right side, we've barely gone through, so it's not really even the end of the first act. So there's a lot more to go. Knife 9 lands on an exposed landing pad protected by a quantum shield from the cold dangers of space. The Knights of Ren appear from their ship. God. Should not. If anyone's ever going to become a streamer or anything, never eat a lot before a stream. You feel bloated. Hataska Ren, the leader, armored and caped in black. Ott Ren and Laurel Ren seem to work as a duo. Jadik Ren is the rogue, his mask evoking an angry ghost. Hataska eyes the scene in studied silence. He turns his ominous masked glaze to Admiral Vaughn, here to meet him. We uploaded a Veil cipher to the droid. You'll have her location in a moment. A probe is within range. Oh, so they did something to BB-8. Tuskarin draws his Darksaber and cuts Vaughn down. I wonder how if Mando would have changed at all because of that. Now, is it a Darksaber or the Darksaber? That's very important. Knights of Ren, ghouls. I couldn't tell Blue Pig Gaming. At first I thought he said cool. Knights of Ren, cool. Oh, Vaughn's dead. Hataska Ren draws his Darksaber and cuts Vaughn down. A few stormtroopers instinctively raise their weapons. The other knights raise their heavy blasters. Officer and stormtroopers back away, tense, afraid. The knights holster their weapons and return to their ship, leaving Admiral Vaughn's body in their wake. Cut to Coruscant Day. Coruscant. I know I'm going to love Coruscant. Coruscant Day. A dense cloud layer pierced with skyscrapers. We follow a security craft down through the fog to reveal the city unrecognizable from its Halcyon days. Different from the prequels. New structures built atop the Deco architecture of the Old Republic, growing older as we descend from the decrepit streets below. Sedimentary layers of progress. And I just like that. You know how they have like a worn down Coruscant? I really like that. The security craft lands on a bored avenue rife with despair. Immigrants from thousand systems, all seeking a better future for their children. Very politically relevant. The cruiser unloads a squad of 8 stormtroopers on hovering Night Sister speeder bikes. They disappeared down long alleyways, spreading out into the populace. One buzzes past a dirty propaganda billboard with the familiar First Order symbol and a message, "Join today." Someone has painted "Don't" above the join. I like that. I don't know, stuff like that makes it feel more lived in, right? A street kid, Dade, 12, eyes a pair of patrolling stormtroopers as they rough up a limbless alien. He picks up a piece of broken cement, aims, throws, hits the trooper in the head, both spin, blasters up, but the kid is long gone. A bantha horn sounds on high. Dade races through... Dade races through plumes of smoke, past buildings with shocks of Old Republic era technology, revealing a massive open plaza connected by a web of boulevards. The First Order Capitol towers over it, a jagged structure balancing on the surface like a spinning top. I've seen that concept art. I think that's great. I don't know. I love the Coruscant aspect of this. Including Coruscant in the last movie is a brilliant move. I agree. Something I just like about including Coruscant, it makes it feel more connected, like more stakes. I don't know, like the sequel trilogy, right? It doesn't take place on like any important planet. It's just always like off in the galaxy. That's something I liked about the prequels, is that you know that what's going on is like the most important part of the galaxy. In like the Rise of Skywalker, they're just off on like Exegol and unknown regions. Granted, it's an important battle, but it's not like in the center of everything. I don't know. I just like, especially if Coruscant's like a capital, it just makes it feel like there's more stakes. There might not be more stakes, but it feels like there's more stakes. At least that's how it is to me. That's how I feel about including Palpatine, at least conceptually. That's fair. That's fair. Thousands are gathered here. All eyes are on Days, where Capitol guards hold a ragged hood figure before the crowd. People look to the sky at a hologram of Chancellor Hux. After his incompetency in the Last Jedi, I don't know how he became Chancellor. 4 stories tall, Dade waves closer. Today, another conspirator stands charged with treason. The guards remove the conspirator's hood, revealing Biskova, our alien on the ground from the Kuat colony. Though support for his cause has all but vanished, let this day remind us of the consequences for defying our supreme leader. The Capitol guards lead Biskova to a guillotine with a hissing light blade poised above. He stares silently ahead. Kylo Ren is not without pity, just as the traitor before you is not without remorse. And so he offers to spare this man's life in exchange for the location of the Resistance base. Biskova remains defiant. Hux's hologram grows irritated. Kofa Rebiva Tora Familia. So it be. Biskova is placed in the light blade guillotine. Kofa, whatever language that is. A woman in the crowd covers Dade's eyes. He peels her fingers away, in anger burning within. The light blade falls. That's dark, man. That is dark. That's a cool idea. That's dark. I like that scene. So far, this is, I think, way better than the Rise of Skywalker opening. Granted, we got a lot more to go. But I think introducing Coruscant is so interesting. I like the darkness of it, like the more real, it kind of reminds me of Avatar in a sense, where you see a lot of like people affected by war, refugees, prisoners. We don't really get that in the Rise of Skywalker. You see a village of people dancing. You get that a little bit on Kijimi, but barely anything. So you don't really see like the average person affected by the First Order war, right? But you get that a little bit in one of the books, Resistance Reborn. But I think if they ever do a show after the Rise of Skywalker, they should show, what happens to the average Joe. Does this war affect them, right? Our supreme leader is dead. That's a good quote. It would make sense that Kylo would promote Hux to Chancellor, as perhaps Kylo realized that Hux was right at the Battle of Crate. That's fair. But I feel like Kylo was more so stupid. This read-through honestly makes me kind of sad and disappointed about what could have been. Me too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only one movie. I know that these movies are mean a lot. The rest of the thing could suck. I don't know. I like the opening. I think one thing to be grateful for is that we have something like this. I mean, how often do fans get to read like alternate versions of movies? I mean, like the Snyder Cut is the more extreme example that we got 2 versions of a movie. This, we have a script of another version that's vastly different. But like, what else? I mean, we get like novelizations of the other movies, but those aren't the same. Like I would love to read the Force Awakens script by Michael Arndt. Oh, that would be great. Goldman, like you say, always say everyone's least favorite is someone else's favorite. Exactly. Have you ever read the Star Wars, which is an older version of New Hope? I have not, but I feel like it can't be too different. Also, The Rise of Skywalker is dark when it matters. The stuff on Exegol gave me chills, and Situ Ritual was dope. I wouldn't say that's dark, though. It's not any, like... It looks cool, but it's not, like, dark. You know, seeing, like, refugees, seeing someone guillotined, that's actually dark. The Rise of Skywalker, you don't really see much. If that makes sense. A clawed hand reaches into a silver tureen of baby shocks. Tier capital worm. Okay, so this is on Coruscant. Huddling together for warmth. We follow the squealing animal into the mouth of Lord Gurlid, an alien with razor teeth. He sits at the table of a galactic warlord's tribe, wealthy, coated in elaborate robes and stolen jewels. Chancellor Huck speaks to them, nostrils flared at the smell. I assure you, the stolen Star Destroyer will be found. Our probe droids are scouring the galaxy as we speak. I don't know, you guys can't find the Resistance base. What makes you think you're going to find the Dreadnought or the Eclipse? Lord Gurlid. Dreadnought-class warship just slipped through your fingers, Hux. Your words don't inspire confidence. A lone signal won't be difficult to find. Our transmissions blockade has silenced millions of systems. You can silence planets, not people. There have been uprisings. We must not allow the seeds of revolution to take root. I'm drinking too much water. The First Order will punish those who defy your rule. Submit your youth for conditioning. They will teach their elders the rule of law. These names are weird, right? Funny. I thought something actually serious was going on. Jor Nult, a nasty, dreadlocked Weequay. It's Skywalker they believe in, not the law. And his apprentice, this girl, this Jedi, she's become a symbol of hope. Oh. I love that line. I love that line. You know why? Because that's something that actually quite bothers me about the Rise of Skywalker. Luke sacrificed himself to inspire the galaxy. That was the message of the end with the broom boy, whose name is Tamiri Black. I think something they should have just emphasized in the Rise of Skywalker is like, Luke inspired us all. Let's act on this. Like, we didn't show up for the Battle of Crate, but Luke inspired us, so let's show up to Exegol. I don't know, stuff like that. I really like. So just an acknowledgement of Luke's sacrifice and how that has had an impact means the world to me. Because that's my favorite part of The Last Jedi is Luke's sacrifice. So just the fact that this acknowledges the importance of that makes me really appreciate that. Raycare Shen, a species with curved spider fangs for teeth. The people believe she will destroy you, Hux, and your master. Kylo Ren is no master, certainly not mine. Ugmot, a shapeless Noid, pounds the table with sunny hands. We must kill the last Jedi. The Knights of Ren have been dispatched to eliminate her. Our fate in the hands of zealots. You asked for our confidence, yet we provide nothing to inspire it. Where is Kylo Ren? The Supreme Leader will return when he acquires the knowledge he seeks. The warlords eye each other, not satisfied with that. When? Hux speaking through his teeth. Soon. I don't know, I like that. You know, Kylo's off, wondering. We don't know where he's doing. Let's see, is this our first Kylo scene? I'm curious. Kylo's my favorite character in these movies. The terrain is obsidian-like, black and reflective. Jagged mountains spike in the distance. A cloaked figure in tattered robes rises into frame. Kylo Ren, bearded and weary. I don't know, I'm just picturing Kylo Ren or Adam Driver from the Saturday Night Live thing. That's funny. Kylo Ren, bearded and weary. He checks the stars for navigation and climbs over a rock precipice to reveal Vader's abandoned castle in the distance. A drone droid VX-20 floats just behind him. Stay here. He's wearing a mask? No, he's not. In Vader's chamber. I don't know. I would have liked actually seeing Vader's chamber. Vader's castle. I would have liked that. I don't know. Certain like small things I really appreciate. A forgotten, decrepit cathedral crumbling Pieces of structure littered the ground, untouched for decades. Kylo lights his red crossguard lightsaber, holds it up as a torch. Tiny creatures scurry at the disturbance. A haunting wind blows against his cheek, chilling him. Leave me alone. This is where the dark path leads, an empty tomb. And this is another thing Luke haunts Kylo. I don't know. That's not how I see Force Ghosts. For me, Force Ghosts are at peace with who they are. They only interact when absolutely necessary. They're more so there to inspire, not so much to inflict, to troll. So would it have been cool to see a Force Ghost Luke actually talk to Kylo? Yes. But I think it goes against conceptually what a Force Ghost is. So, no. I don't think this works. As cool as it is, I don't think it works. And when did your path lead you? Or lead? You're a ghost. I know what you're searching for, Ben. Your master had promised you strength, but you feel hollow. Soon I will be even more powerful than any Jedi, even you. Are you sure? Kylo snaps, spins, and swings his lightsaber at an empty space. With a billow of cold wind, Luke's spirit is gone. Go home, Ben. Go home to Leia. Kylo is shaken, but on the altar beyond, the artifact he came to find. A Sith holocron. So it's like, that's where they got the Wayfinder from. So there are, I mean, you're starting to see what the Rise of Skywalker took from this story. Kylo is shaken. I read that. Oops. A Sith holocron. He kneels before it, holds out his palm, channels the Force. Emperor Palpatine, recorded decades ago. And this is all the Palpatine we get. Lord Vader, young Skywalker will soon be ours. I have foreseen it. But we must prepare for the unforeseen. Should he strike me down, you will take him to the Remnicor system. There you will find Tor Valum, master of the Sith Lord who instructed me. Darth Plagueis is a thing. The holocron's blue light swirls red. It emits a laser that scans Kylo's body. Here, the son of Skywalker will acquire a great ability beyond what you could hope to command in your damaged state. With it, he will harness the untapped power of Mortis. At last, we will realize. The hologram alarms. Kylo Ren is not Darth Vader. Palpatine's image shudders. The destiny, potential. A blast of red lightning shoots from the pyramid device into Kylo's eyes. An invasive pulse of energy spreads over his face like a cancer. Horribly raw purple veins strike through his skin. He screams in deep, unbearable pain. A pair of blue eyes open. It's Leia. That was another thing I forgot about until now. This whole Tor Valum thing. There's some cool stuff with that. It just brings up a lot of questions. I mean, we've seen Palpatine do a lot of stuff. Why is there another Sith Lord that's hiding somewhere? Where has this person been? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Tor Valum is Plagueis' master. Oh, that's right. They mentioned that. But Valum is just meh. It just stuck out. Not that it's bad, but it's different. Keep in mind, this is the first draft. That's fair. I read this as Valum being Plagueis' master. Okay, fair. Plagueis' master. What about Tenebros? They just wreck on that? I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. Like, so Darth Plagueis took on another apprentice. And Tor Valum just let that happen? Did Tor Valum, convince whatever Plagueis that he was dead? I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see how it goes. I'm probably gonna do this for another 15 minutes to 20 minutes, and I'll call it a day for part 1. Ben. Leia Organa grips a stone wall, regaining balance. Her hair is long and gray, her robes white. A wise and elegant leader, but Leia has suffered more loss than any human can endure. But she remains a rock in a raging river. She stands overlooking a terrain of rainforest dusted with crisp white snow. Korolev, the Resistance secret base. She senses a presence behind her. Speak. Chewie approaches with Lieutenant Connix, wounded in battle since we last saw her. She now has a visible scar. I don't know, little details like that I appreciate. The team has returned, General. Mission accomplished? Not exactly. Connix nods to the sky up beyond. Leia turns to see the Eclipse Star Destroyer descending to planetfall over the snowy jungle, escorted by X-Wings. They look like flies next to it. I can imagine. You can't... That's another thing that always low-key bothered me about Star Destroyers. I feel like Star Destroyers should not be in atmosphere. It makes sense that they can build something so big because you can construct it in space. But like in Rogue One, when you just see the Star Destroyer hovering over Jeddah City, I don't know. That starts to test my believability of what's it called? Suspension of disbelief. Disappointed by lack of Claude? Me too. I never know. Maybe there was a Claude alien around. Plagueis should have killed Tor Valen before taking Palpatine. Exactly. Where am I? Leia storms into the bridge as the First Order officers are escorted out in handcuffs. You are in strict violation of the Carillion Accords. Yeah, put it on my tab. Rose rips the officer's ID bars off his uniform. You mind? I collect these. What should we do with them, General? Cook them dinner. They look thin. The punishment for your act of rebellion will be swift. The door shuts in his face. Scan the ship. This thing could be crawling with enemy troopers. But our team didn't consider that, did they? Come on, tell me you haven't always wanted one of these. Leia gives him a look, insufferable. Prepare for evacuation. We're leaving. What? Why? You stole a Star Destroyer. I disabled their homing beacon. We're free and clear. You would bet your life on that? That stops them both. Leia looks past them to Rey, in a quarter off the bridge, alone. Go. Leia approaches Finn. How's she doing? Hard to tell. Maybe you can talk to her. She doesn't need a master right now. She needs a friend. That's a nice quote. Claude should have taken Tor Valen's spot in the story. Imagine, that'd be so funny. Claude. You look tired. Finn approaches Rey, tentative. You okay? I failed. Don't say that. They know our tactics. We've been fighting this for way too long. Fighting this war for too long. Those people, the children, I saw hope in their eyes. They believe in you. We all do. Those words add more weight to Rey's heavy shoulders. I can't be who they need me to be. I'm not strong enough. Yeah, that's what Luke said. That's not true. Every night I wake up screaming. Every night another bad dream. Is it him? There's something between us. I can't explain it. You have to shut him off. He can't change. It's too late. It's never too late to change. You taught me that. Aw. Oh yeah, isn't this movie script, it doesn't really, there's no dyad, and they don't really further explore the bond, do they? But yeah, if you're thinking about it, that would be really weird. Like, what if you're just sleeping one night and the bond forms, and, like, Kylo's just watching you sleep? That'd be weird. No privacy, imagine. Imagine you're, like, pooping, and then someone walks in, or a Kylo appears. That'd be annoying. You do Chewie's roar very well, lol. When I try, I sound like a drowning dog. It's funny. Ultimately, since Carrie passed, it threw a wrench in this whole thing. A huge chunk of this wouldn't be viable. Yeah, I feel like they could have found a way around it. Apparently, actually, the date for this thing was December 16th. I think that was like a few days before Carrie Fisher passed away. I think Trevorrow took Snoke's quote at face value. Which quote? Chewbacca brays excited. He's looking out a small rectangular porthole into the hull of the ship. What is it, buddy? Chewie opens the blast door, revealing a mile-long arsenal of decommissioned Imperial weaponry. Ships, walkers, urban assault vehicles, mounds of heavy artillery. Finn's eyes lock up. This is enough firepower to take the capital. Poe, you need to see this. Poe and Rose join them on the Overlook. It's a game changer. See when have I ever come back empty-handed? Slaps Finn's back. This was the plan. Was it? We have ships, weapons. All we need is an army. How? Nobody can hear us. We're in the dark. We pushed it on Rey. Those are words resonating with her. We don't have to be. Okay. Hey, it's Millennium Falcon. Rey opens the ancient Jedi text from Mach 2, laid out on the holochess table. Finn, Poe, Rose, Chewie gather around. The Jedi had communication system before the Old Republic. It was powered by a nexus beneath the temple. Oh, that was another thing. Actually, I think Pablo Hidalgo confirmed this, where they started, they they introduced the concept of the Sith Temple being under Coruscant in canon because of this movie. So like that was the initial. Like this wasn't pulling from the canon. I think the canon got that idea from this, but then they obviously didn't make this. So I think that's right. I could be wrong. Someone double check my sources, but I think. I love snow quotes. Me too. Rey opens. Oh, the Jedi. Oh, I read that. Sketches of a tower in the old Jedi Temple on Coruscant, light flowing from the spires into space. A force beacon engineered to call the outlying systems to war. No way it still works. Old Republic tech is better than the junk we have today. That frequency predates the Empire by 1,000 years. The First Order's blockade couldn't disrupt the signal. It's worth a shot. They look to Poe, the de facto leader. Anything's worth a shot. Yeah, I hope so too. Right? Rey hesitates for a reason she doesn't yet understand. A dark, ominous feeling. She snaps back to them. Oh, Poe, right? She snaps back to them. Hope is all we have. Rebellions are built on hope. I don't know. People like to make fun of the hope thing, but I like that. Rumor is that he asked Ryan to change something big from Last Jedi for him to use, but he denied the request. Many believe he asked for Luke to survive so they could fill the hole left by Carrie. Interesting. Yeah, that's a big request. If I was Ryan, I would have denied that too. Would I have liked Luke alive in Episode 9? Sure, but his death was too powerful. Hope is all we have left. Now I'm going to do quickly. I'm going to take a quick 20-second break and check the score of the Nets-Bucks game. Nets-Bucks. Let's go! Bucks up 16. That's what we like to see. Sorry. All right. Let's go back. I'm a huge Brooklyn Nets hater. So, yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Quick basketball. I'm not just Star Wars. I have other interests. I'll get through one more scene, then I'm going to call it a day. God, we barely got this. This is going to take me, 4 read-throughs. I don't think the script was canceled because of Carrie, but Tor Valum. There's a lot of cool stuff in this. I just like conceptually a lot of things in this movie. There's not many conceptual things I like in The Rise of Skywalker. I think there's some cool things. I don't know. God. I feel like I need to throw up. I don't know. I feel like I'm about to have a baby barf, you know? Maybe I should stop drinking water. Ugh. Whack. A wooden bow stick hits a pillar, coughing dust. Light pours through an open sinkhole onto an elaborate wooden Jedi sparring post. Extensions on all sides, like branches of a tree. It moves, rotating at the base, limbs spinning. Rey combats it with an aggressive elegance, blindfolded. She spins, ducks, leaps, claiming with fighting. Oh, that's right, the blindfolded thing. That reminds me of, because, at the end of this movie, she kind of goes blind. I don't know, I like that. Rey combats it with, I read that. Thump, a swinging post connects with Rey's back. She hits the ground hard, winces in pain. Your pain is illusion. It isn't exactly. She braces herself and attacks the post again. Double flip and Rey sticks the landing. But then she falters, sensing a disturbance. A pair of porcine Ugnaughts push a levitating stretcher away from the TIE silencer. On it, Kylo, in worse shape than we ever left him, damaged veins stretching down his mask. Kylo screams on an operating table surrounded by medical droids. Layers of Mandalorian iron Beskar are smelting onto his face. That would have been a nice connection. A discomforting sizzle as they work. Kylo grits his teeth. Rey touches her cheek, feeling a sharp but distant pain. Okay, so their connection is still strong. I like that. Rey fights blind. She's such a Mary Sue. I hate her. I love it. I don't know. Something I like about this movie is Rey actually suffers physically. Not saying that she ever has to, but Rey doesn't ever suffer physically. I mean, she dies, but it's kind of just from using her own energy. That's why if they ever do a Rey show, I want to see Rey actually lose physical battles. If that makes sense, because Rey's whole journey in the actual sequel trilogy is all mental and emotional. I would love for her to be tested physically. That'd be cool. Kylo screams as a jolt of electricity flows into the iron on his face, finishing the job. He's suddenly racked by a vision, a mountain, snow on the jagged peaks, the temple older than all known time, an ancient chamber, 2 massive thrones built on the rock, a well of light pulsing from deep below. Rey is racked by the same vision, but it continues. A dark figure, hooded, masked. Kylo Ren activates his red lightsaber, facing off with Rey before the two thrones. They fight, vicious and tense. With a sharp swing, Kylo strikes her down. Back to Rey, she tears off the blindfold, breathless. What did you see? Oh, it's like the quote from The Last Jedi. I saw a mountain, two thrones in the rock. Kylo Ren was changed. Luke Skywalker steps into the light, a more tangible form of Force Ghost, similar to his projected self on Crate. You saw the future. Kylo saw it too. I could feel him, like he was there with me. Where? Mortis. Luke turns grave. He sits, as Obi-Wan once sat beside him. What do you know of Mortis? It's an ancient place, from a time before the Jedi, before the Sith. Two thrones, two powerful beings, one of darkness, the other of light. Together, they brought balance. Disbelief, but it's a myth. So was I, if you remember. That's not what balance of the Force means. But that's not what balance of the Force is. Beneath the Temple of Mortis lies a power beyond anything the Jedi have ever known. If Kylo reaches the temple, all we have fought for will be lost. We have to confront him. You want me to kill Leia's son? The Force guides us towards balance. It doesn't always show us what we want to see. Rey scoffs, petulant, angry. Balance. Dark suffocates the light. Light extinguishes the dark. Over and over. How is that balance? I know that anger. I had it. My father had it too. So says my master, and his master before him, 1,000 masters, so eager to tell us how to live. She looks through an arched opening at the resistance base below. Finn and Rose calibrating a grappling cannon. Poe and Chewie working on the Falcon. I spent my whole life wanting a family, and now I've got one. I won't abandon them. The Force is speaking to you, Rey. Maybe I'm not who it thinks I am. Who are you? I'm no one. If that's what you believe, the Last Jedi is dead. Luke wouldn't say that. See, I think they're relying too much on Luke here. Luke's dead. I think that's probably what Colin Trevorrow wanted. Colin wanted Luke alive, so he's really having him active here, and I just don't think that's what a Force Ghost should do. Rey sets her practice staff alongside a line of others. Maybe he is. Interesting. Bum bum bum. All right, I think I'm gonna call it a day on the stream. This is literally episode 6. Really? A little bit. This part confuses me. The dark must always exist, but it must never win. That is balance. It's about as active as Ben was in episode 6. No, Obi-Wan was barely in episode 6. Luke's talking to Kylo. Luke's talking to Rey. He grabs a lightsaber at one point. This confirms what I kind of suspected. I liked the beginning a lot. I thought that mission was cool. Not so big on the Eclipse. I don't like the Rey Poe stuff, but I like that opening. Once they start to get into the Force, that's when I'm a little sketched out. Which you like better, Rise of Skywalker or this? It's too much. I think anything that involves the Force, besides Palpatine, I liked more in The Rise of Skywalker. I liked the dyad. I liked Rey's journey. I liked Kylo's journey. I like Kylo seeing Han. Don't like Ben dying, but Rey coming back to life. Kylo kind of fulfilling Anakin's promise. I liked. Everything with Finn, Poe, the Zeiss and Star Destroyers are the worst things ever. Don't like Palpatine. Don't like what Finn and Poe, like their journey in The Rise of Skywalker. So I think like everything that was related to Rey and Kylo, I like more in The Rise of Skywalker. But everything that has to do with the First Order as a whole, Finn, Poe, minus Rey Poe, Rose, just the battles, like the concepts, I kind of like more in the Duel of the Fates. So it's interesting. It seems like I like more, like in terms of just quantity, I like more from Duel of the Fates. But the more important things I like in The Rise of Skywalker, if that makes sense. Is that fair? I think that's fair to say. Yeah, my throat is gone. I'm going to watch some basketball now. And if the Nets win, I'll be so sad. Please. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. I don't know when part 2 will be. Probably sometime next week. Probably do one of this like once a week if you guys enjoy it. Hopefully, really hope Rogue Squadron is after Rise of Skywalker. I'll watch it, but honestly, the 4 to 6 era is getting kind of boring for me. I agree. For me, because Rey and Kylo's arc aren't great in Duel of the Fates, I have to choose Rise of Skywalker overall since they are the key to success. Yeah, I would agree. The Bucks are going to lose. Let's hope not. All right, everyone. I'm probably going to throw up now. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Don't forget to net the Cloud Squad, and I'll see you guys next time. Ow.